Hey YouTube viewers, this is a proud Landrover 3 owner who had the hatchback of my SUV seize up on me while I had groceries in it. Not all that convenient. Seen a lot of information written. It's an easy fix. The hard part is getting the tailgate open from the inside because there's no emergency escape or any other latch from the inside. So I want to show you what I did and make some recommendations for what you should do. Pretty sure you can get this thing open in about 3 to 5 minutes if you follow my directions. So let me show you what I did. So here's the tailgate from the inside. Basically, I just got my Dremel tool and estimated where I thought this housing right here was. Now this hole right here I cut through. So my first cut was not quite on and I wasn't sure what I was looking at. I would have loved to have the measurements of exactly where that housing was before I cut in. So I cut this area out, and then basically the cable runs into the housing and it's right there, so you can always open it. There should be a hole there anyways. I do not recommend trying to use this hole back here that everybody else talks about. You can monkey with it for hours on hours and it probably won't work, especially if the clip on the end of the cable is broken. So something that is 95 to 100% sure to open up the tailgate is to just cut a hole in the housing right here. And here's what I used. 1/2-inch bit. Basically just went straight through there. Didn't hurt anything. There's nothing you can hurt in there. Just be careful. You don't want to push it all the way through the back of the door or anything like that. One thing that I would recommend after you remove the plate here, there's 3 screws, 1, 2, 3. They use a 10mm socket here and here. And you get this guy out of the way. I suggest an easier way to do this, rather than pay your dealership $1,000, is to simply measure over from the left 15.5 inches. You want to measure from the right. So I'm going right from the curve in the plastic paneling, and then straight up from the metal 5.5 inches. And then what you do is use a hole saw. You might have to adapt the drill in the middle so it's not so long. But if you can just drill a single hole right here in the plastic instead of what I've done with the Dremel, you know exactly where that housing is. Once you get through there, go through the housing with a 1/2 inch, and then boom. Oops. And you're opened. which is music to our eyes when we're trapped in the back of our... So again, that's 15.5 inches from the left, right from that curve there. Not sure if you can see that well. And 5 inches up from the bottom. 5.5 maybe. Let's call it 5 1/4. We'll get you to this housing right here. And don't monkey with that hole back there. Drill a hole directly right here, like I did, with a 1/2 inch bit. That'll get you right to that wire in there. Not sure if I can get a closer view of that. Once you get the door open, it's an easy fix. But getting the door open, there's a lot of emotional blocks involved, and you might let it sit for a long time. You might think about selling your LR3. Those of us that own LR3s, we understand that these can be difficult vehicles, but most of us would buy another one again because it drives so nice. So I appreciate all the advice that I've gotten on YouTube and wanted to contribute, and this is some information I could have used last week before I destroyed the inside panel trying to open up my gate, and so hopefully it'll help somebody else. All right, thank you, have a nice day.